Hello. Oh my god. So I told myself I was going to look up, or not look up, but like see what I have to do next, so I'm not just like running around. And I completely forgot to. I'm gonna be quite honest. I was like, yeah, let me, you know, remember. Let me look up like a bare bones, like explanation, walkthrough of like things I need to do to like get out of the police station and like finish Leon's story. I was supposed to do that yesterday, and I fucking forgot. You know, it do be like that. I'm a professional here. Ugh. I cracked open a cold one. I cracked open a cold one today, boys. A nice, refreshing Red Bull. I got the wild berries flavor. So good, so good. I need this red jewel for something, and I don't know what it is. I want to keep it on me just in case, but I have no idea. Do I need it now? Do I need it later? Do I need it forever? Do I need to give it to someone? Can I give it to myself? Can I sell it? Is there a place I can buy stuff? Is there a little dealer I can shop from? I don't know anymore. Hold on. Oh, okay. I have fucking everything in my headphones is so quiet. I wanted to make sure it was me and not like the actual game fucking up. If I remember correctly, the liquors were back from... I, like, aggroed the liquors. And now I have, like, no ammo. Which wasn't my fault. I did everything I could. That wasn't me. That was someone else. Shame. I also don't have the other key. I don't have the heart key to get to, like, a bunch of these doors. Nor do I have all the little sticky button things for the safety deposit room. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna do the fuse box. Don't you get up. Don't do it. I said what I said. Ah! Marvin Blaha is still there. Hey, guy. Have some juice. It'll make you feel better. Excuse me? Oh, it's outside. Oh, yeah, I can't go this way. I forgot. Hey, Pippin. Okay. Hi. There's like ambient noise. I keep forgetting. I also have to go down there. Bruh. Don't do it, guy. Ring a little ding ding. Ringity dingity dingity. Hi, boys. He's still doing things. Face down, ass up. Oh, hey, girl. There's nothing in here, if I remember correctly. I already searched everything. Yeah, I already searched everything. I thought there would be more, wood. Woody schmuddy. A fedora? A Sensen. No, that is a fedora. In a police station? I am shocked and surprised.
I can do this.
Yeah. Excuse me? Hello? Oh, hi, Mac. Hello? How come the other guy's head exploded, but that one didn't? Bruh. Why can't all the heads explode? Yeah, I can't go in there. Press room sucks. Hey, girl. What you doing?
God damn it.
Don't do it. Oh. Fuck yeah. Ah! Fuck yeah! Bruh, why didn't I come here before? Why didn't no one tell me about this room? My guy. I'm gonna need you to keep it down. They all twitch. I don't like it. Okay, okay. I did that. Boop, 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 boop. Because if I remember correctly, if you board up a window, they can't, like, re-break it, right? Oh, there is one by the fire escape. Yeah, whatever. That's an issue for someone else. Not me. I am correct. Oh, hell yeah. Don't get up. I'll be very upset with you. Oh, is there a way for me to open the door from the other side? Am I a silly little goose? Cuts down on new zombies? Yeah, that's what I assumed. Because I remember, next time I run through here, it's as, what's her nuts? Yeah. Yeah. Claire. Yes, Claire. I did it. Marvin. Are you happy? All right. I feel really weird. I haven't found the thingy yet. Do I have to activate the statue first? Because I don't want to, like, leave this place if I haven't, finished the safety deposit room. Nor have I found the other, like, the club door key or the heart door key. Like, do I find that as Claire?
But why?
But why?
Why would you do that? Why would you do
any of that? I don't know, Nug. I'm kind of dumb. And there's a crank handle. And there's the other crank thing. The PC. Haha, Nug. How are you? There's also the jack. Am I missing something? Am I silly? They don't carry over? Oh, I thought you came through here as Claire. Okay, so am I missing shit as Leon? Am I not doing something? You alright? How are y'all today? Bruh, Nug, I almost had to crash out. I'll figure it out. Thanks for nothing, Bacon. Nug, I almost crashed out. Oh my god. Once I find the next puzzle piece, it'll all fall into place. Ah, Crash out, crash out. Bruh, I am. I'm gonna crash out, Doug. I'm crashing. Stay right there, Melvin, Marvin. Blah. I'm touching. Oh, I'm touching. I have like 10 bullets.
So it goes underground. Huh. That's it. That's our way out.
Yeah,
Lieutenant
yeah,
Brenna.
yeah.
Marvin,
Yeah, Marvin.
it's time to go. Marvin,
Bruh.
we need to get you to a hospital.
Am I
right
gonna have
now.
to shoot you?
No, save yourself.
Come on, I've got you.
Go!
Look, we can still make it out of
Bruh,
here.
bruh, bruh. Not Marvin, not the guy that I met like 5 hours ago.
I tried, Leon. But I couldn't stop it.
I couldn't stop it.
We can't let this thing spread. It's on you now. Just go.
Bruh, I don't even officially work here.
I understand.
Can I have your gun? Have I not played RE2? I have not. I have not actually played RE2 like myself.
I won't let you down, Marvin.
I'll let you down, Marvin. I totally will. Bruh, I let everyone down. What? Yeah! Yeah, I've never actively played these myself. The original Resident Evil games, I watched my brother play them. Nemesis was the first one that I played myself. And then I really did not pick up a Resident Evil game until RE6. So I have not really played any of like the Resident Evil games. The spin-offs or the remakes. OGRE3 is my fave. Hell yeah. Bruh. I loved it so much. Well, I also played with my brother. We did our trade-offs, so like when one of us would die, the other one would like pick up and like do the chapter and everything. Yeah, yeah, I started on RE6. I played it with Bacon. Oh my god. Yeah. I've only ever watched speedruns of Resident Evil games too. I've never watched like an actual full playthrough. Oh, cute. I don't like the fact that they're giving me a whole bunch of stuff. I do not like that. Yeah, I did RE7 and 8. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Does have Ada on your Wong? Hell yeah. Bruh, I love 6. Not solo. Co-op, best game ever. I feel it. I know it in my little giblets. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to use these flash grenades. Yeah, Nug, that's the plan. I'm going through all of the RE games. I'm starting on the second remake, and then I'm gonna play 3, 4, then I'm gonna do 5, and then I'm 6, and then I'm gonna be caught up. Yeah. It's gonna be very, very nice. I have to go through and I thought I had the DLC for RE7. Apparently I don't. I thought I bought like the super expensive like gold edition. Did not. But I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play the 7 DLC. You haven't played 8? You're not missing much. I did not like it. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I did not like that game at all. Bruh. I have a feeling. Don't the dogs appear here? The dogs come out and then I pet them and I give them a good home and they love me for it, and then we go on walks. Ah, shit. Seven such a story shift in gameplay that you lost interest. Yeah, I get that. I can understand that from playing the other games and then going to 7. But playing 7 first before any of the other remakes, 7 by far is my favorite of the remakes. Or not remakes, but of like the newer gen Resident Evil games. 7 by far I love a lot more than 8. 8 was just very frustrating and a slog fest to me. Hello?
What?
It is me, your mother. Who's there? Hello? Hello? Where? Ashmere! You ready to pop out at me? You gonna touch my butthole? You're not gonna touch my butthole? You're gonna touch it? What's happening here? I came in here, I was promised butthole touching, and I'm getting none of it. Who the fuck are you? Bruh, you gotta cut back on the steroids, my guy. Oh, he's dead. Leon's dead. I just came from there! The fuck, guy?
Jesus.
That's not Jesus.
It won't work on this thing.
Oh, have you tried telling him that he's a bully? He's a butthole? Oh, hold on, I gotta reload, dude. Bro, you're not playing fair. I have to reload.
No choice. Gotta take it down.
Bro, you're not... I'm telling Mom. I'm telling Mom! Up. I pressed it! Ow! Hey! Oh, I don't like the weird arm thing. Looks kind of sussy, guy. Equip! Oh, I thought he equipped my thingy! How do I... Scoopidly doop! Scoopidip doop! Why is he groaning like he has to take a shit? What? What is this equipped on? How do I throw things? A Jill sandwich. Please tell me he says that in like the remake too. No, that wasn't the first one. Did they ever remake the first one? I don't think they ever did. Am I stupid? Is there not a grenade button?
Damn. Where is he?
Where are you? Are you taking a butthole? Taking a poop? You pooping? You're groaning a lot. Fuck are you? Ah, behind me! Ah, fuck! Fuck! He sounds like the... From Billy and Mandy, he sounds like Billy when he's doing like his old man voice, like that. Where are you? Why is your arm growing like that? You probably oh, I kind of fucked myself. Oh, I fucked myself! Oh, guy! Bruh, I did a little wrong. Did a little oopsie. That's his goon arm? Shit. That's my bad. That's my bad, G. I didn't know you were gooning. Bruh. Here I was, ready to judge him. And he was gooning.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
How are you doing? And I was trying to do a deathless run. Okay, but how cool would it have been if I did a deathless run? Okay. Well, here we go. Hey, guy, I can smell your toes. I smell your little toesies. Your toey woesies. Nothing for me to grab. Nothing. And then I'm gonna touch! And then he's gonna touch me. Inappropriately. Hello! Ew, is it contagious? You're flabberfucking-gasted? Hell yeah. I'm doing pretty... I had a really shit morning, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm doing Gucci now. How about you?
this thing.
I don't know, Leon. Have you tried words? You're being real rude. Already assuming things. I don't want to swap. Nope. Get away from me. Wow, that like super sucks, guy. I didn't know you had a headache. Oh, I cornered myself. It was me. I fucked up. Hey, girl.
No choice. Gotta take it down.
Blip, 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 blip. Bruh. You know. Woo! I got stuck. Oh, I got stuck. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually. Yeah! Let's fucking go! That wasn't my fault. He fell. I wasn't anywhere near him. That wasn't me.
Somebody's watching me.
Ooh. Somebody's watching me, and I got no privacy. Ooh, ooh. Somebody's watching me. Y'all got any more thingies? Thingies I can grab? Yes. Yes. What the fuck? A hand grenade? Fuck yeah. I'll take it. Somebody. Bro, he breaking shit. That wasn't me. You can't charge me for anything. It was like this when I got here. Spicy. Spicy. Am I stupid? A thingy fell. Am I just not finding the thingy? Oh, thingy. Whoa. Y'all got anything in here? Ah, take it. Y'all eat cigarettes or something? Y'all don't want like a sandwich or something? God damn. Kind of tired of y'all. Shit. Yeah. I don't trust that door. I don't trust it. I'm gonna touch things. I'm gonna touch things. Don't come near me. I don't trust you. What you got? What you got, door? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It was too scared. Didn't want to fuck with me. It knew I had the spicy meatball in my pocket. Don't do it! I got spicy meatball. I got spicy meatball. Hey! Hey, spicy meatball. Oh, I don't like that. Oh! I don't like any of the. Why was that such a short area? Why do I have a save point again? I don't like this. Let me move that down here. I'll store that. I'll keep those. I also found mag ammo, but I didn't find the gun that went with it, and now I'm thinking that, like, I fucked up. And I didn't explore the police station well enough. I didn't miss it? Why did it give me ammo for it? God damn. Oh, very upsetting. Hold on. I'll get a second run through the police station? Oh, fuck yeah. I didn't know that. Oh no, that means Marvin's gonna be there. But it's not gonna be Marvin. It's gonna be Zombarvin. Suburban. Not my homie. Not the guy that I met like 5 hours ago and then he asked me to go do a whole bunch of stuff. Climb, 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 climb. Oh. Zarvin? That's fucking hilarious vest. Ah! That's not my car, but I'm gonna take it. Hey, this looks like the area that you come to in RE6. In the Leon campaign where you go through the college and there's like a garage area. It's like, it's built just like this. That's cool as balls. Hold on. Bruh. Oh my god. I sneezed and I felt like my eyeball was gonna pop out. Ugh. Hello? I'm here to steal car. SWAT van, I'll take it. I'm here to steal. I don't have card. I have knife.
Damn. Need a key card.
Oh, does the dog have a key card?
You gotta be kidding me.
Hello, puppy.
Get off of me!
Bruh. You think it got the reddest?
Hey,
A woman.
stay sharp.
A lady. Bruh. There's a lady here. Everyone, act calm. Be calm. Be cool.
FBI.
Oh my god, she got badged too. Fuck.
Thank you. For your help.
Third lady. Third lady.
Surprised you made it this far.
Oh my god, and she's mean to me? Ugh! Bitch, I'll bark for
That
you.
information's classified.
Classified? What's classified as my love?
Stop asking questions and get the hell out of here.
Oh my god. And she's commanding?
Hey! I'm not done talking to you.
Oh, I love her so much. Ah, but also, lady, you couldn't give me a key card? Like, yeah, key card reader. There's stuff in here. Do I follow lady? Do I go other way? Lady? Lady? Oh, fucking same vast. Same. Women scare me. Oh. Oh, the lady. Don't do it. This is a jail. Keycard would not be in jail. Dang it. Hey! Bro, where are your pants? Oh, why are you angled like that? Excuse me, guy? What about you? New favorite game? Is it that, French resident, not resident. Operation 33 or something? Oh, are you alive? Are you dead? Are you tweaking? All three? I like it. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. Expedition! Hey. Oh, there's that guy!
Hey.
I don't know who he is.
Believe it. A real human. Hello, human. You been here long? Long enough. Are we the last ones alive? No, there's a few of us.
Also, where did Lady go?
Yeah.
Lady came through here, and now Lady's gone.
Irons. You mean Chief Irons? Is he still around? Who cares? Hopefully he's somebody's dinner by now. What do you mean by that? He's the bastard that locked me in here. I'm sure he had a good reason. He did.
Oh, he
I
did.
was about to blow the whistle on his dirty ass. I'd have done the same thing to him, I guess.
Bruh.
Hey, I'll make you a deal. Unlock this cell and I'll give you this. There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me. Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first. Look, we're both prisoners in this
Bruh.
station. So either we play nice and help each other out. Shit. It's coming. What? What's coming? Come on. Come on, don't be an asshole. Hey, you need this. Just Just get me the fuck out of here!
What the fuck? Oh no. Ooh, blood. You're blowing my mind right now. Squishy.
Who is that?
It's just me. So you can put that thing
Where the fuck were you hiding?
I don't even know what happened. It just happened so quick.
I told you to get out of here. You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
You knew him?
He was an informant. Had information of use to my investigation.
So what he said was true?
But how did you like it, Vast?
Hey, you can't keep walking away from me.
Oh,
I don't even know your name.
bro, Leon just out here touching
I'm Leon
ladies.
Kennedy.
Find a way out, Leon. Before it's too late. Then we'll talk. Name's Ada.
Ooh. Well, Ada, I'll schmada you later. Can I, just touch things? Ah, I got a crank. Ah, shit.
What in the world?
You're bruh, you're telling me I can't just, like, jingle it? Grab the thing? That's kind of lame. Also, Shmeda, where did you go? Yeah, I'm really glad that I'm honestly not that surprised that people are having so much fun with it. Don't do it.
You bastard. What the?
But I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. He was gonna be a little smelly butt. He was gonna be a little smelly turd boy. I fucking called it. I'm never gonna get out of here, am I? I'm just gonna be stuck in this one place forever. I can't just leave through the fire, like the fire exit. I know, bruh. Fucking indie games have been so fire recently, and all like these AAA super multi-million-dollar corporations have been just putting out straight ass. So on one hand, I am not surprised that people are truly loving Expedition 33. It looks brilliant. Just like the artwork and the style of it. It looks so good. But yeah, that's what people are saying, is that like the story is so good. What am I drinking? I am drinking cranberry raspberry seltzer water and a Red Bull. hello? Yeah. But it's keyless entry. Oh. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ooh, what's inside of me? Equipment! Yeah. A message? Mr. Raccoon out. Hell yeah. Bruh. I don't have the key for that. Shit. Alright. Alright. It is delicious. Well, I found the crank. You know what? I'm surprised no one has done it sooner. Oh, I don't have the thing. I'm looking, Bacon, I'm looking! I found an umbrella. Get it. Umbrella after the corporation. Can I? What car was that too? Why do I care? Why? It takes up so much space now! Why is everything to this fucking handgun? I have nothing for the shotgun. Well, that is now dead to me. Thanks. Bruh, how does it look? Does it look really funny? It looks so funny! It takes up his entire forearm! Oh my god, bruh. Why? Why? He has the fucking... It's bigger than the actual gun itself. That's so stupid looking. Oh, I love it. I'm honestly surprised that there's not like what's the word I want to look for? A box that I can like put stuff in. It under 33 hours? Bruh, it was meant to be. Yeah, storage box. Usually there's one in every area, but I haven't found one yet. That's fucking funny. It looks so fucking stupid. Oh, well, now you have to go back and play for like 4 minutes. Combine it. Ooh. Let me use this.
Jesus.
Perfect. Oh, hell yeah. Combine it. Give it to me. I just, every time I look at the fucking handgun, that's so fucking stupid. Oh my god, why is it like that? Hello? Oh, I found everything in here. Hello? These are kind of lame. Why is there so much like blocked off areas? Hello? Hey guy. Yup, 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 yup. Like what? Am I supposed to be in here for some reason? And then like everyone comes out. Why are you freaking out? Justin Hansen. Oh, I can't read any of these. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I'm supposed to open. Oh, I can open. And I just have to go through and figure out which one's which. Okay. I feel like he would be one of these. Oh, no, I don't want that. I guess that's not him. See you later, Smelly! Alright, what do you mean check again? I pulled him out. Oh. Let me use my super duper pistol.
Son of a bitch.
Bruh. Nice. I chose correctly then. Bada bing, bada boom! All you nerds, get out of here. I got key now. I got key. Can I make my way back up to like the beginning of the bloop bop boop bop 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 beep bop schmeep schmorp stuff? Can I word? The main part of the police station. Can I like go back up there, or is it like closed off for me until I like have to go back up there story wise? Oh, I can go back up there. I heard someone sound like they were grunting. Oh, just the little grunty boy. Are you grunting? You over there grunting? You guys taking massive poops? Well, I can go down. I don't want to go down though. Ugh. Oh, firing range. That had a diamond door, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It is me, Leon. The only thing I've missed requires a new game plus. Ah! Plus my butthole. Can I? No. No. Oh, hey, girl. Oh. I do not have much ammo left. Door. Hello? It is me, Leon. Film. Excuse me? Bruh, I'm cosplaying over here. I can't open any of these. Bruh, this is fucking lame. You're gonna give me no ammo? Gonna give me nothing? busting down shit like you own it? Beep. Nothing? No ammo here? No, like, handgun ammo? You can't loot the cops? Girl, you get up. We're gonna have issues. We're gonna have a lot of schmissues. Power panel parts. Oh, all that stuff is for... up. Oh, I did not get everything in the morgue. Oh, I could probably open up the rest of them and there's like stuff in there. Or isn't there? That's so much effort. Okay, well, let me go back to the main part of the fucking jailhouse. Do everything. God. Being a single mom is so fucking hard. No one understands. Ada Wong isn't here. Or actually, do I have to? Or can I just... I might keep that. I'm not gonna lie. That red herb is really nice to keep. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, that's what I assumed. Bruh. The more I play RE games, the more I realize I have no idea about RE games. Hi, Jen! Hey, 4 months. God damn. It doesn't feel like I've been like affiliate for 4 months. I still feel like fresh baby. It feels like last week. Can I go outdoor? Of course I can't go outdoor. That'd be too easy. Yeah, that requires reading bacon, and reading is for fucking nerds. Hi, Jin. How are you? Oh, I do actually have to go up because it wants me to I need to go up to the clock tower. I don't know how to do that. I have partial key. Jin, I know nothing about RE games. Do you? Do you know? Do you know anything? Tell me. Tell me your knowledge. Cause see, all this said was question mark, parking, and then the way out. This map said nothing about the clock tower. And this guy's shitty drawing would never lie to me. I'm just saying. But I do have a crank handle now. I can go through... Let me try and go back all the way up. Hold on. We backtracking. Let's go, nerds. Let's go, nerds. Come on, Leon. Needs the chest. Needs the chest. Needs the chest. Hoo ha hee ha hoo ha hee ha hoo ha hee ha hoo ha. Let's do it. Hoo ha hee ha. Bro, didn't you go to like an academy for something? Like, shouldn't you be good? It's not the worst thing in the world. Well, this is all story stuff, isn't it? Am I wrong? Oh shit. I need to go all the way down. Like, cause like how else do I go to the clock tower from inside there? Cause I have to go to the clock tower to get the parts for to open the jail door. But there's no way for me to get that from there. So I do have to like backtrack. Am I wrong? Or can I not from here? Because I have to go over here to go back, and I can't now. So I guess I can't go back? I don't know. I have fun lurking! Bro, guys, Bacon's gonna be really disappointed. I have no idea. Fucking Bacon's gonna come back in like 2 hours and be like, y'all still fucking here? God damn. I'm trying my best. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just a little guy. I also don't think Bacon understands that we all don't know Resident Evil. Hold on, guys. I got this. I got this. Ah, Bacon, that's cheating. And we would never cheat in here. Cheating is for nerds. And we're big Chad wieners here. Big, massive chattels. Hey, don't get up! I'll kill you. Well, he's still schmoovin'. Okay, okay. Thanks for that. I really didn't need a flashbang, but... God, the empty ones can't have shit. Give me nothing! Oh my god, the bugs actually made me jump a little bit in my chair. I don't like the things. Oh, that one opened. Oh, it's an herby herb! Do I need an herb? No. But I'll take it. Oh. I can't combine 2 red herbs, can I? Dang. Nug's got corn dogs? Ayo? Hey, ayo, you gonna share with us? Well, what are you gonna share? Nug, you gonna share with us? Hell yeah. Nug sharing corn dogs. Hey, Nug! Nug, do you know where to go? Bruh, I'm gonna crank it. Fuck yeah! Cranking my hog. Cranky wanky. Bruh. I'm so fucking smart. Thanks for that help, Nug. You know what? I needed your support. I needed your emotional support. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the corn dog helped me. Oh, hail corn dog. Oh, shit. Hold on. Bro, that was almost bad. Fucking trying to close my seltzer with one hand and fucking control with the other. Ugh. I can't multitask like that. Hello? Hello? It is me. It is me, Graham. I am Graham. Do you have appointment with Shotgun? Do you have appointment with Shotgun? Do you have appointment with Shotgun? No, Nug, help me die. Nug has my back. Nug will do it. Nug will help. Bruh, dead end. Hello? This is me, Graham. It is me. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna touch it. Oh, I'm touching things. I'm touching wieners. Bruh. Bruh. Hello? It is me, Graham. It is me, Graham. The music says I'm supposed to be scared. Oh, why was there an autosave? Now I am actually scared. Why was there autosave? I'm scared as fuck right now. Excuse me? What? Why was there an autosave in the corner? I have like no ammo. And there was an autosave in the corner. I'm scared as fuck right now, guys. Oh my fucking god! First try! Come here. Come here. It is me, Graham. It is me, Graham. I have shotgun. I am not afraid. I'm very afraid. I'm scared as fuck. That would be perfect place for dog. It's okay, Lenny. I'm not yelling at you. Oh, shit. I shot door. Bruh. Examine that. Can I open it? Can I pop it open? Yeah. Shoot! Yeah. Bruh. I'm a genius. Ow. I have exactly 4 geniuses. There's gonna be a lot of dogs in here. I would greatly appreciate if there was no dogs. Ah, shit! Bro, you took my fucking knife. Ah, you took my knife! No dogs! Don't you dare. Bruh. I have no ammo. I have no. Please. Please, I am poor. Actually, I'll keep that there. No more dogs, please. I'm allergic. I'm allergic. God. Could I have gone that way? No, it was blocked. They make you go all the way around. Bruh. It is me. I have dog. No dog, please. It would be around the corner. Be up the stairs. Oh, hey, we're outside again. Fuck yeah. Bruh. Well, fuck are we? Oh, we cleaning? Oh my god. I've never loved to see a break room. I would like break. Blue herb. Combine. Yeah. Yeah. Who's in the bathroom? Excuse me? Another electrical part? Bruh, I already found one. Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm so good at this game. The massive wee-wees. Huh? That's what I thought. Oh, that's what I thought. Oh, shit. Hold on. It is me. I am fool. Boop, boop, boop. Fucking ammo for a gun I don't have. Thank you. I love that. Nice. I think I am top tier pro gamer. I don't wanna. Everyone calm down. Calm down! I know. Your panties wet. But please. Pro gamer needs. I need all my attention onto the game. Thank you, Nug. Thank you. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have been able to do it without your support. Not your corn dog. Knowing that I have Nug and corn dog, I can do anything. That is a power couple. Oh, well, I don't like that I can board all these up. God, there's so many windows. Ugh, and he's gonna break it. Bruh. Well, I liked having pistol ammo for a split fucking second. That was real nice. Ew, I'll miss it. I'll miss it a lot. None of you wake up. I'll be very upset. Press it!
Shit!
Oh, that's the cop guy! Oh, bro, you were eating his butthole. That's not Gucci. Bro, eaten by one of his own kind. You know? Won't pigs actually eat each other? Aren't they, like, cannibalistic if, like, they don't have access to food? Oh, it's a combat. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah, I know they'll eat anything. Or everything, but like... I thought most animals weren't like cannibalistic. But schmiggies are. Don't do it. I saw that little arm flopping. I will be very upset. Oh, hey! Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, yeah. Keep it down. Alright, alright. How the fuck do I make it all the way over to the, clock tower? Man. This is so difficult. I hate these maps. I hate them. I do have electrical part, but do I have the correct electrical part for the, schminky? Bruh! Calm down! You don't even got no legs. Lieutenant Dan, you don't even got no legs. Shit, I would really like to know what key, like, what that opened. Yeah, that sucks. There's that over there. Oh, the dark room. I can go to the dark room. Hello? Marvin?
Marvin.
Marvin, no! Marvin! You were like a father to me!
I promise.
Oh shit, I destroyed my knife. Marvin, no! Oh, Miss Marvin. I don't know what to do with my hands now. Oh, I didn't want that. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know what to do. I miss him so much. Let me put small electrical part away. Ew. No worries, Ned. Over here. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing. Don't get up. Ow, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Who said? Bruh. Why was it right there? Why was it in my booty hole? I opened the door. I'm having fun. I'm singing my little song. And it fucking slaps the dick off my body. The fuck? I'm scared. I don't even know if I shot it. I think I just shot the ground. I have one shotgun shell left. My God. can't run nowhere now. Shit. Here I am, silently moving, making my way downtown. Pissing out my ass because I'm scared. God. Where am I even getting a club key from? I'm so upset. Oh! Oh! I thought I had my knife equipped. I didn't. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm so upset. I can't even get it. I actually have to shoot it with something. Oh my god. Well, it's just there, lingering. How am I supposed to get past it? Excuse me? I have to go over that way. There's no other way I can get over there. It's like literally the one way I need to go. The fuck? Oh my god. Oh my. I can see its butt. Oh, I can see its booty hole. Guys. Guys. I don't know where else to go. I don't know what door needs the key. Oh my god. Oh, let me go through the library then. I think there was a door over there that I needed a key for. God damn. I have no ammo. It should be upstairs. Um. Yeah, yeah. Fuck, dude. I'm so mad. Of course, no ammo in here. None that I need. Alright. Boop. Beep. Morp. Okay. I fucking did it. First try. Oh my god, I can't. I know I can run past things, but like, the liquor is literally right there in front of the door. Liquor? I hardly know her. I'm just saying. I might be an idiot savant. Because sometimes these games, I just kind of brute force my way through them. Yeah, the liquor's like right in this. Am I able to craft any ammo? No. I have 1 gunpowder and I have nothing else. Oh, and that's the last I need that key for. Oh, okay, okay. Just not gonna awake any zombies in here. Just little old me, just little Leon, scooping through things. Hold on. I'm just moving and grooving. No need to worry about me. I'm just doing stuff. Come on, Leon. Needs the chest. Needs the chest. Oh, wrong way. It's me. I'm the idiot. Oh, no. I also killed Schmarvin. Melvin? Marvin. No, Marvin. His name was Marvin. I missed him. I miss him so much. You had to turn around because I forgot stuff? Bruh. That's fucking hilarious. Don't get up. I'm gonna poop your pants. Where are you? Bro, where are you? Oh my god, I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared right now. 203, 302, 103, and 203. 103. Meow. 203. Schmoop. Wow, all not ammo. I absolutely love it. Fuck. Ugh. Shit. Can I open things? Can I sell Marvin's body for ammo? Is there anything else I can open? Please. Please, I'm poor. I'm poor and I need ammo. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my god. I hate him. Oh, I hate him. Please. I'm so fucking. The liquor scared me. Oh, I heard it move. Oh my god. Oh. Why? Why? Can I combine all the keys to make a super key? What about that? Can I combine it? Ooh. I already brute forced the locker! Oh my god. That was useless, thank you. Will this crank work in the library? No, I need an actual jack. Like a jack part. Okay, okay. But I can go to that other door. Open it. I can open. I will have massive pee-pee. No one will be able to handle me. You know what? I'm taking the mag ammo with me just in case I find the fucking gun. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about that. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. We tighten our buttholes. We go past the liquor. We go to the main hall. We go over to the other side. I'm pressing the wrong things. Over to the other side. Go up to the waiting room. Go do the crank handle door. And we figure something out. We figure something out. Because I am losing all hope. Oh, please. Bruh. Tiny liquor, go away. Tiny liquor. Bro, I fucking did it. Woo! I was scared as fuck. Marvin, you're doing good. You're sleeping again. Taking a little nappy on the job. It's okay. No one's gotta know. It's okay. He had a rough day. You know? No one can blame the guy. He's gone through a lot. Everyone look away. I gotta crank it. Done cranking. Everyone can look again. Thank you for looking away. I was really self-conscious about my cranking. Ooh, ooh. Oh, heart room. God damn it. That does go down. But down is scary. Down is very scary. I'll do it. Let's go down. I have one shell and a pants full of pee-pee. Hello?
Son of a bitch.
Oh, that's a heart room. I still don't have a fucking heart key. I hate that I actively have to like touch the doors for it to unlock and tell me that I need like a heart key for it. So I can remember for later. Oh, god damn it. Ah! Perfect. I have 4 shotgun shells now. I definitely will not waste them. Because I have never done that in my life. I've never wasted anything. I'm so glad we're all in agreement. Where the fuck do I get the club key? God. Going down was useless. I got scared for no reason. Ambiance scream. I like it. I like it. I like it. Really putting me in the mood. I guess fucking up. Why not? Making my way downtown. Walking slow. 'Cause I'm scared. Schmoopity boopity boop. Shamoop boop. Oh, I have wood! Bruh, it's over for these bitches. I have wood now. Why do you want me to use flash grenades so badly? I'm never gonna use them. I will never. Stop trying to make it a thing. Okay, I got a storage room. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're making money moves. Double combining. There's cranking. Hog cranking. Fucking another goddamn locked door. I'm getting tired of these locked doors. Oh, he pooped. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking nerd. God, get wrecked. Can you fucking move? Thank you. God. All up in my goddamn shit. I will take large gear. I don't know what I'm using it for, but I will use it. I'll use it so much. Oh, God, fuck. There's so much key needing. God. Fucking all these bitches without their fucking key. Give me shit for it. I'm starting to feel like they're judging me. Oh. Nope. I'm gonna go make space. I don't trust outside. Because you know what's outside? Birds. And dogs, and I don't trust either of those. Both of those scare me. Was jeweled box. Oh, hey, oh, talking about a noblewoman's box? Goddamn. I did not know. Oh, I have everything in here. Bruh, it is so hard. Oh, I should probably go to one of those doors in the break room. This seems like a lot of running around. I don't ever feel like Resident Evil 2 is like a linear game. I'll store that. Which I get, because like a lot of older games aren't very linear, but like this seems like a lot of backtracking and running around to do. I don't know. That might just be me. But this feels a little unnecessary. This feels a little unnecessary. And I just keep forgetting stuff. I forget where shit is. I have to do roof to go to boiler room. Alright, alright. We've got this. We've got this. No. I wanted this. I don't think I'm gonna need this. I will bring fucking flash grenades because they really want me to use them. They're like, please. Grim, please use this. Please use this. I would love for you to use this. And I'm honestly feeling a little pressured. They're pressuring me. And I can't handle it. Now I see why Leon's hair lightened up in the later games. It's not because he went blonde, it's because of the stress. It's just mostly gray at this point. It's gotta be. So y'all light us, stinkies. Oh, I shouldn't run. The one time I start running around willy-nilly, the fucking lickers are gonna be like right on the other side of the door. That already happened to me once. We're gonna learn from my mistakes. Okay, it's me. I'm outside. Hello. Oh, another blue herb. Y'all herbing it up? Leon! Stop fucking shit up! God damn it, Leon. Are you gonna cry about it? Because I want to cry about it. You fucking ruined everything, Leon. Oh my god, I swear, bro. Don't worry, guys. The cleaning is in progress. Oh, that's it. Okay. I have a feeling. I have a feeling things are gonna be very bad. Yeah. I don't really want to mess with the dog right now. I'm probably gonna have to, but I just don't want to. Alright, let's touch it. Oh, Leon. Leon, Leon. Can I not use gear? Leon, can I not use gear? Leon. Leon, I hate you. Leon. Well, let me equip the fucking flash grenades. For the fucking dogs. How much you want to bet? Giant maniac. We're combining. And then we're gonna combine that with that. Oh, I can't combine that with that. Fuck. Welp. Fuck. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Hello.
Shit!
That's fucking funny. Are you alive or are you just jiggling? What are you guys doing in here? Oh, you had socks off and everything? Scandalous. Oh. Ah, I can store that. Thank you. Do I need electrical part? Like right now? Oh, I have key! Oh my god, I have key. I have a key. I have one key that I need. Oh, I can get to the records room now. Fuck yes. What do I need in there? No idea. But I can get in there now. Observation room I can get in now. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anywhere else other than like if there's something in the clock tower, but I haven't been able to make my way up there, so I don't know. Bruh. Bruh, I'm so happy. I'm gonna store that because it's taking up a lot of space. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't even remember if I saved, but I'm gonna save again. Oh, I'm so happy. You can't even ruin my day. You can't even ruin my day. Actually, you kind of can. How the fuck am I supposed to get up there? Oh, I can't go through there. Fuck. Am I supposed to find something? To fix that? Cause I'm supposed to put out the fire. That doesn't take me anywhere. I'm so smart. I am a smarty pants. Hey girl!
Jesus Christ!
Ah, fucking punch me! Who the fuck is he? The fuck? of shit! Who's fucking trench coat motherfucker? Why did he sock me in the jaw? Why did no one warn me about this? All of you are bitches! Everyone knew? Everyone knew but me? Is that it? Bruh. What? Can he now just like appear just out of my asshole now? I didn't sign up for this. I don't have that key. What the fuck? Ah! Bacon, I remembered nothing about this map. What do you mean he's always spawned on the map? What do you mean? Why do you mean he's actively seeking me? What the fuck? I thought we were having a fun time. I thought we were having grand old giggle time. This is not giggle time. Man just separated my jaw from my body. He listens, shows trying to sprint. Why would I not sprint from him? He's terrifying. Am I gonna tiptoe? Am I gonna tippy toe? Am I gonna tippy tap away? Am I gonna Bro, now I have to fucking Now I have to plan out where I'm gonna fucking go. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sweating now. I want you to know this. He punched me and then my armpits immediately just wet. I'm stressed. I think this game's so that's not brilliant. It's terrifying. Who willingly plays this? You know what? You and Nug. You and Nug didn't even tell me. You and Nug didn't even warn me. No. Hey Gwyn. Hey Gwyn. Big bald-headed trenchcoat motherfucker. The Thing's cousin is gonna be it's gonna be following you, and it's gonna be real mean. And y'all knew about it, and you didn't tell me. You just giggled, you kikied. I have to go all the way up. I have to go all the way up to the library. Oh my god. I gotta go to the library. Okay, hold on. Is this running? Is this walking? Is this like silent? Can he hear me? Prepare. Bop, bop, bop. Oh shit, I need the fucking... Ugh. I don't have whatever that is. Shit. This is upstairs. What is... I have to go all the way back down and I have to grab that stuff. Oh, but I should be able to go and unlock that door by the storage room. Because it didn't need a key. And go down that way. Bop, bop, bop. And I should be able to... No, I don't think that staircase is connected to the break room area. But I think the fire escape is? Bruh, this is a bad time. I can't read maps. Who let me in here? Whose brilliant idea was this bullshit? They went, hey Gwym, you can't read a map for shit. You can't read. Here's a fucking map. Figure it out. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? I was a child when quest maps were a thing and you had to print it out. Fucking... I remember the OG, like, Garmin, like, GPS devices you had to buy for your car. I've never had to use a fucking map. I'm scared as fuck. Okay. Well, let me go to the observation room so I can get this key out of my fucking pocket. I'm gonna go real silent. He'll never fucking find me. I'm gonna be so quiet. He's not even gonna hear my fucking queefs. He ain't even gonna know it's gonna be a thing. Oh, I don't want to do that. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. I'm so fucking scared right now. God. Ugh, my God. I still don't have the heart key. God damn it. Oh, I have to remember that there's a fucking plane in the middle. Oh, but he cleared it because he lifted it. So I could technically make my way to the roof and then to the boiler room, grab the stuff, come back, and go all the way upstairs. Yeah. Hey, you called off! Hell yeah! Sometimes you just gotta take a nug day. Yeah, you know what? Everyone needs to shit their pants at least once. Sometimes you just gotta have a shit pants day. Well, you guys are in luck because I've already shit my pants. Because some people didn't tell me about fucking bald trench coat motherfucker. I'm still upset at both of you. I'm so upset. You guys giggled, you guys the entire time. Oh my God. If I shoot his hat off, I get an achievement? Oh. Later. Later I'll try that. For right now, I'm gonna try and not get punched by him again, because that actively made me shit my pants in real life. Not gonna lie. I'm moving so quiet, he won't even know where I am. Yeah. And then I should be able to go all the way back up. I should be able to. If he doesn't fucking appear up my asshole randomly. I'm so fucking scared. Why do I hear music? Why did the music kick in? Ah! Who let him? Who let him? Who let him? Who let him? Bruh, I was almost there. I could have. I was right there. I could have just made it up. And then and then did the clock tower. Well, where is he now? Hey, guy. Hi, I love you. Boo! I did it! Oh, I did it! I'm so scared! Nog, I'm scared! Nog, where's your corn dog? Nog, please! Nog, you lied! Nog, shit my pants too! I don't want this anymore! Nog, please! Oh my god, oh my god. I can fucking hear him still. Oh my god, I can still fucking... I can still hear him! Oh my god. I'm so fucking scared right now. I got the achievement, but at what cost? Just the shit in my pants. My god. Examine. What do I combine it with? Oh, do I not have everything? Oh, shit. I hate this. Oh, I can hear him. Oh, I can hear him. How do I get that? Oh, please tell me he cannot come in here. Oh, I have to swap it. Guys, please. Please tell me he cannot come in here. Guys, no one say anything. No one say yes or no. Can I crouch? Do I have to shoot it? No, don't laugh at me! No. No, please. Please. No, quit, miss! Nugget Christmas. How the fuck do I get that? Am I crazy? I don't want to shoot it and then waste ammo. Do I have to, like, get the bell to ring and it'll knock it down? That seems very Resident Evil, like. Not gonna lie. Doug! You're not helping. Doug, please. Yeah, I have to find another... I have to find that gear. That didn't do shit. I just wasted a bullet. Oh, no running. No running. Bruh. Bruh. He's gonna appear in my butthole. I fucking know it. What the fuck, dude? Nar? How am I supposed to get this? Well, I can... take things off. I can't take that off. So there must be another smaller one, but that should be it down there. Bruh. Oh man, I love that.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
That's great. He's definitely not gonna come busting up my butthole for that. Or liquors. Oh fuck, I forgot the liquors. I'm now preoccupied with fucking big nuts. Shit. Oh my god. Please. Please. Can I combine them? I can't. Why do I need two? Wow, I love both of these things. Oh, I can fucking hear him. Oh my god. I'm sorry? It still says there's something in here. Why is it still showing up red? Oh. Literally that. Oh! I didn't want to do that! Shit. Why was that equipped? What do we... Why do we want to do that? That's locked. I can't go through that. Okay. Okay, so the clock tower area, done. I have to go all the way over to the main hall area. Boom. Down. Still can't get into that room. No heart door. No heart key, sorry. Can I get into chief's office? The chef's office? Ba 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 ba. It's still saying I have something in the library, but I don't know. There is something with the PC I haven't found yet. I need observation room. Okay, okay. I have to go down. What are we? I'm so fucking scared right now. I can hear him. I can hear his butt cheeks clenching and unclenching as he walks. I'm literally scared. Where is it coming from? I heard the music. Can I just jump to my death? Oh my god. What are we? Oh, I don't have any shotgun shells. Oh my god, I have 18. Oh my god. Don't get up. Mom said it'd be very upsetting. X gonna give it to you. I don't want him to give it to me. Can you in fact tell him no? Can you tell him I said no? I would actually like for him to take it away. What, does he just know where I need to go? Does he just fucking... He can feel it in his nipples? He's just like, oh yeah, Grim needs to go over here. Don't get up, I'll be very upset. Bruh. Please stop. Is he... Well, that's the stupidest thing ever. Why would I need a heart key if, like, I can just bust through the fucking window? Excuse me? Ugh, I bet you the heart key's in here. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset. Ah, shit. He has to be coming down the hallway. Which I fucked myself because it's a dead end. I would have to go through him. Make it up the stairs. Boom. And then the chief's office. Well, no. Oh, fuck. I have to get the stone from the thing. Shit. So either way, I have to go up. Then I can go out to the waiting, to the main hall, down there, grab the stone. I'm planning this all out. I'm planning. Leave me to plan. I'm gonna go to the main hall. I'm gonna grab the gem from the storage container. I'm gonna pop it in there. I'm gonna get the heart key because that's more than likely what's inside. And then I'm gonna go around opening doors. I also forgot how to go back down here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot how to make it down to the basement. Is it? It's the break room area. Okay, so I have to go to the main hall anyway. Okay. I can just, I can eat him. I can eat a hit. Yeah. X, go give it to you. Go give it to you. Bop. Hold on. Yeah. Boom. I'm gonna run like a fucking Superman. Waiting room. Bam. Bro, I'm so stressed out right now. I'm locked in the worst way. Oh my god. No one bother me. Boop, boop, boop. I still don't have the mag. What the fuck? Oh, what do you mean combine? That's... Why wasn't the key in there? Oh, I'm a little upset now. Okay. Oh, I don't need all of those. I can't like examine it. Okay. What the fuck do I need a badge for? Oh, is that what I put in the fucking computer? That's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. If that's the case, that's kind of silly. Examine. Oh, it's a USB dongle. That is so stupid. Okay, okay. I gotta... I can go up through the library. Oh no, I have to go upstairs through the shower room. No, I can go through the main hall, through the library, through the lounge, past the linen room. Let me fucking save before I absolutely fuck this up somehow. I can feel myself. Tippy toe. Tippy tap. Everyone shush. Scared as fuck right now. Yeah, and it should be through here is the lounge. Oh, I already did linen room. Shut up. Oh my god. I don't even know what rooms are safe now. Beep bop, beep bop. It's uncanny. Yep. It's me. Oh, shut up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Extra large umbrella. Okay. Jill guys. Yeah. Great. Fucking... It still says there's shit here. Oh. I need that USB for something? Can he come in here? Can he come in here? Guys. Why would you do this to me? I'm so fucking scared. The library is also showing that there's still something in there that I can grab, but I don't know what it is at this point. Okay, I gotta make it all the way back over, past the main hall, through the waiting room, to the chief's office. Oh my god. I'm sweaty. I'm sweating. This man's stressing me out. I'm letting a man stress me out. Ugh, I'm letting a fake man stress me out. Did I read the chief's reports? What the fuck is that? I don't even know what the tigers are. Are you talking about an actual animal, Nug, or is this a sports thing? Nug. Nug, I'm scared. Go Tigers. I'm gonna save again. I'm so scared of him touching me. Obviously, I still need the dongle. Oh my god. I have a bunch of, I have so many power panel parts. Go Tigers. I don't even know what sports that is. I'm assuming baseball. Score a home run. Laces out. Elbows up. Oh my god, he's behind me. Oh my god. Why am I going to the chief's office? I don't even have the fucking heart key yet. Let me go back to the jail. Let me go back to the jail. I gotta go down for that. I'm up. Oh, shit, I can go. I can go outside for that. Bruh. How is he sniffing me out? Go in! Nope. Go Tigers. Oh, street. Shut up. Go Tigers. I don't know what you're doing. I already killed you once. Boom. Um, what am I looking for? Do all of them have to be connected? Okay, okay, okay. I know, he has me rooting for the Tigers. I don't even know who they are. I heard Nug hates me. Oh my god. Why is this one only glowing? Why aren't both glowing? Am I doing something wrong? They are connected. Herm. Trace the lines carefully? Fuck does that mean? What lines am I tracing? Boom. Bruh. My wee wee, massive.
That doesn't explain the rumors about the orphanage.
Fuck yeah.
I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella's one of the benefactors.
Brute force.
You told me this interview was about the new scholarship Umbrella set up.
Come on, Annette. Nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Only real G's have the G virus.
Now, are you gonna talk to me, or are you gonna...
This interview's over.
Bitch.
Hey yo. Yep. Super garage key. I like it. I like it. Oh, I don't like the fact that they gave me heals. Oh, yeah,
What are they after?
ah, I'm running through. bap, bap. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh shit. No! Get off. Oh my god. Nope, 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 nope. Leon! Don't make it out with people! Leon, don't make it out with people! Stop making out! Leon! Stop punching me! Oh, he could do that the whole time. What a bitch. Oh, I'm glad I took your hat. Fucking Ada Wong. Why didn't you help me that entire time, you asshat? I guess you're getting old.
That's twice.
I didn't realize you were keeping score.
Look, this isn't a game.
Listen,
Nothing dies down here.
I would absolutely deck the fuck out of her. That's twice I had to save you. I will actively choke you until your eyes pop out.
Yeah, and this. I was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Maybe. After I hear it,
You know what, Nug? She's all yours.
let's get out of here.
Oh, let's get out of here. I swear. Bitch, I'm gonna shit in the top part of your fucking toilet. I'm gonna give you a double decker.
We might want to open the shutter.
Ugh, I lost my knife too. I hate you, bitch. I have nothing. I have nothing. Oh, the upper decker. I'm taking that. God. You know what pissed me off enough? I'm gonna give you the super decker. I hate her. I hate her.
Unfortunately, no. Ben didn't come through.
Well, what exactly are you looking for?
More info on the people responsible for this mess. What about you? Trying to save the world?
Fucking a tank.
Lieutenant Brenna, I'd bring
That's
help.
what I want.
Good luck getting that.
Why can't we take that? Huh? Look at the big ass wheels. Fucking hole in the ground. I hate you. Yeah, look at that. White people ruin everything. Fucking umbrella. You don't shit the roads out.
Shop looks like the only way.
You could have told me that 20 feet ago when we saw that there was no fucking road. I'm gonna beat you to death with your fucking shoe. Give me that. Fucking. Oh my god. I don't even like grenades, and I'm gonna take it. You know what, Nug? I hope you enjoy the upper decker. I hope you get what you need out of it. Hey, what up, bruh?
I said don't move. I'm just passing through. I'm gonna ask you to lower that weapon.
I tell you what, you're gonna turn around, go right back out the way you came in.
I think your daughter needs help, sir.
Don't tell me
Bruh, I hope she eats your butthole.
Drop it.
No! Wait!
Step aside. We need to terminate her before she turns.
Before she turns, look at that bitch. She's fucking green.
It's my fucking daughter. Ada. Just let them be. Emma? Sweetheart, I told you to stay put.
Yeah. Stay put with a bullet in your head.
He's here. Okay.
Shoot him.
Fucking things outside.
Hey, look at his fingers. Ew.
You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Huh?
Yeah, no, I'm a cop. I know all about the fucking zombie apocalypse, you cuck.
I was sleeping, honey.
You can't just call a vaguely Asian woman your mom. That's a little sus, kid. Have fun with your dead daughter. She's gonna eat you. Bye.
Just go. Just give us some privacy.
Yeah, you're in your own home. I don't know what else you want.
You know, it's one thing to keep the truth from me, but why him? I want to find out what's happening here and stop whoever's behind it. Helping people like them? That's why I joined the force.
Leon, you weren't even in the force. You, like, were supposed to join the day before all this happened.
My mission is to take
You're
down
not
the
even
boss
technically in the system.
We may not make it out.
Whatever it takes to save
Oh,
us,
we're gonna make it out, okay?
count me in.
And then we're gonna make out. Angrily. What else can I steal from that guy? You're telling me that's all he had in the shop? Bruh. He had like five handgun bullets. And the barrel to a shotgun. That's all he had. He is the worst, like, gun shop owner ever. Isn't there a thingy where if you actually wait here for like 5 minutes, you'll start hearing her like eat him?
It turns people into indestructible monsters.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
Well, that explains the horrible things I've seen. Do you want to play tic-tac-toe later? Fucking idiot.
And that's why I'm looking for Annette. She's the one.
Hey, Steph! Oh! How you doing? Welcome. How was you were playing that home decorator thing, right? I was lurking on my phone. Yeah, House Flipper.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help. Hey, Double.
This is how we get to Annette.
Based on what you've said,
You guys are up to some shenanigans.
After you.
gee, thanks.
Ah, fuck. Ugh. You better be right behind my butthole. You better be grazing it the entire time. y'all doing? Oh. Yes. As I was gonna say, everyone that just came in from the raid, lurkers are always appreciated. If you need to raid and run, I understand. Go eat, go drink, go take a nap, do whatever you gotta do. We will be here. But thanks for the raid. We are playing Resident Evil 2.
Can't imagine
I
the real
have
sign.
never played this, by the way, the remake. And it's been decades since I played the first, like the original. So
It's being down here.
basically first playthrough.
This leads right into Umbrella's secret facility.
Come on. Sewers are run by the city.
Ah,
How can
sewers
they
run
have
by
a
the rats
facility without the authorities?
and the rat people.
Welcome to corporate America. Umbrella's controlled Raccoon City for years.
Hey, what are they, Disney? Calm down. Ada, I said graze the asshole, not waft it gently yards away. Come on. I want you up here. Ada, please. I'm scared as fuck right now, Ada, and you're trying to be cool.
That an earthquake?
I sure as hell hope so.
Oh, it's not. Oh my god. Bruh.
What?
Bacon! What the fuck? You never told me that there was a fucking underwater area. You didn't tell me about fucking Mr. X. Fucking bald-headed trenchcoat motherfucker. You didn't warn me about him. And then you didn't warn me that there was a fucking water level? When you fucking come home, I am ripping your nipples off your body. I'm taking them with me. And they're going in my pocket. And you're not getting them back. I'm so mad. I fucking hate water levels. I am terrified of the water. I'm terrified of giant water spaces. I don't like it. I don't like water. I don't like knowing that there's things in the water. I don't like being in the water. I don't like water. There's a save area. Oh no. I'm scared as fuck. You didn't say shit to me. You didn't warn me. I don't even have a knife. I don't know why. But knives always make me feel better. I don't even know why I'm taking my flash grenades. I don't even use them. But they're making me feel better. God damn it. Oh, it's only way steep. Oh, great. I love it. God. Fucking. Fucking Ada Wong. Ada! I said asshole. In the asshole. Not yards away. Not feet. I need you here with me. I need to be holding hands.
Mi canción. Me puse puta para verte. Tú estás con suerte. No quiero tequila, quiero verga. Hoy me puse linda para verte.
Even Luna time is not making me feel better. Oh my god. Ada! Ada, please! Ada, please!
Again?
It's not too late to turn back, Leon.
It's not! You're right! We should go
You're
back!
stuck with me to the end.
Fuck! I hate this. Oh, why was there an autosave? Ada, stop pushing me! I don't want to do it. Ada, get the poo-poo water with me.
You sure this is...
This is real firepower!
It's dangerous again. Oh, Ada's not even the poo-poo water with me. Oh, this bitch. Oh, this bitch. Oh, it's backwards. Oh my god! Ada deserves no water! Ada deserves poo-poo! Ada deserves poo-poo!
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
They never die. His head's gonna grow back. Ada!
Leon, up here.
Ada!
Just get up here.
Was that a chore? Bacon, was that a chore? Bacon, was that a chore? See, was that a chore? Yeah. Yeah. See how much of a chore it is without nipples! They're gone! They're mine. I'm taking them.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
And I'm taking your backup
You said the
spares
virus
too.
turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point. I'm just impressed you made it in one piece.
No nipples. You lost your nipple privilege. Get the fuck out of the way. Oh, I got touched.
So let me get this straight. Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous.
I bet Annette is. Oh my god. Ada, you make me so angry, Ada. Oh, look at me. I'm Ada Wong. I care about nothing. Fucking, oh my god. Ugh. Ada, I'm so mad at you right now. Ada, I'm gonna make you eat that cat litter. That's a cat litter box if I've ever seen one. And I'm gonna make you eat it. I'm gonna make you eat it.
Definitely will you too.
Oh, she did.
Annette Birkin.
She's who we're looking for?
She's a bag.
Not much time. Need to dispose of it. We're here for the G virus.
Yeah.
What happened?
And A through L.
Oh yeah?
Hey!
Stop! You'll never get the G virus!
Bruh.
Didn't expect that from a scientist. Leon.
Ah, it's just a little bit of blood. Calm down.
Just go. Stop her before...
No, don't leave me. Ada. Don't do it. Don't listen to him. He's stupid. What do you mean I did great against the first crocodile? Bacon, I will absolutely
I'm right outside the
destroy you. What do you mean, first crocodile? What do you
It's
mean?
not on her. It must be in the nest.
No, 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 no Kappa.
Once it's in hand, I'll call for extraction.
Bacon. Bacon, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you good.
You can run, Annette, but you can't hide.
Ah, I'm playing as Ada? I have nothing! Oh my god. Oh my god. Ew, what is growing out of you, guy? Ew. Icky, smelly. Oh my god. Miss Wong. God, I fucking... I have no ammo. I have nothing. I don't even have my emotional support flash grenades. Ugh. Motherfucker. Oh, I just have that? Oh, I just have it? What the fuck am I supposed to be doing? Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me? I love being given like no explanation.
Candy from a baby.
Ada. 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 Don't make me angry, Ada. Ah, the roaches. Disgusting. Oh my god. Am I gonna have to fight like giant fucking roaches? Oh my god. They're making me itchy the more I'm like... Oh, I missed it. How are you eating a head full of bullets, guy? Ada. Ada, I'm gonna make you eat cat litter. Yeah, super ID band. Yup. Great, I love it. Do you have one? Do you have one? Yup. I'm gonna touch it. Whoop! He's just gonna follow me. What are you doing? Yeah? Yeah, yeah! Yeah! Stop moving your head around. Bruh, I'm just trying to kill you, please. Oh, I don't have any ammo left. Ah! What, am I just supposed to run past everything? Yup. Y'all suck massive wieners. Yep. I hate all of you. Ah, Ada. Yeah. Excuse me? Get juked! Yeah! That's crazy. That's crazy! Going crazy. Go. Hoo. Breaking ankles. They'll never know. Beep! Yeah! Your hair's ugly.
Always been good at running, Annette. Give you that.
Shit. No, we got it. We're super professional bleepity blops. No one touch me, I'm real sensitive right now.
Persistent bastard, aren't you?
Ow! Oh my god, she ate that. Oh, she ate it. Fuck. Bruh. This is awful. Oh yeah, no, I absolutely love that. Please stop trying to grab me. bruh, apparently Ada Wong cannot handle that, in fact. Okay, okay.
Got you now. Always been good at running. Give you that. Persistent bastard, aren't you?
Bop. Touch it. Okay, okay. Scoop it! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, my heart. Oh, my heart can't take it. Oh my god, that was terrifying. Oh my god. There. Bacon. Bacon. If I end it here, is this one of those things where I'm like so close to the end of the game, or am I like nowhere near? Okay, okay. So I don't, cause like, bro, Nug, don't even laugh. I did that for 7 and for 8, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna end it here. And Bacon's like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. And then I had like an hour left of each game. And I was like, bro, this is not even a full stream. So I have to ask now. I have to. Okay, okay, okay. I'm miles away. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna rate it to one of the homies, but I'm definitely playing. We're definitely picking up with Ada on Monday. I did not think that I was gonna have as much fun with this game as I am, cause like I I know you'd pick up Ada. Ada's all yours, Snug. But yeah, I didn't realize I was gonna have this much fun. Playing 2. Cause like I love 7. I loved 7. And then for some reason, I don't know what it is, but like 8, I fucking hated 8. I hated 8 so badly. You know what? We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Squishy. That's a marble friend. Can't let Dinko get to her? God damn. Fight for your girl. Fight for your girl, Nug. Fight it. But, oh, no. Not Revelations 2. But, yeah, I'm having so much more fun with this game than 8. 8 was really a downer after 7. But I'm really having fun with 2. I cannot wait to start again on Monday. I'm very excited. But please, everyone, take care of yourselves. Get a snack, get some water. Give Squishy a little bit of love, and then raid and run. Completely understand. But Squishy is a Marvel friend, so please be nice. They are good beans. Okay, I love you all. Have good weekend. Make good choices. Shit your pants. Nug already did it, so Nug gets a gold star for being ahead of everyone else. Okay? Okay, I love you. Bye.